Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You're listening to WZNC LP Bethlehem, North Country Community Radio, 99.9 FM, streaming online at nococommunityradio.org. You're tuned in to North of Normal, and I'm your host, Amanda McKeen. My mission is to create an unfiltered, human-centered space where local leaders, business owners, and changemakers share their stories, perspectives, and passions, not to promote, but to connect. North of Normal celebrates what makes our North Country community rich, real, and worth rooting into. We're live every Tuesday from 10 to 11 here at NCCR, and today's guest is Nanci Carney. Nanci, thanks so much for being here with me.
Oh, thanks for having me, Amanda.
Yeah, so Nanci showed up quite early today.
I had a long commute down 2 floors.
Yeah, Nanci actually works here in the building, and I do want to just remind our listeners that NCCR is moving this week. So this is actually North of Normal's last show in this building.
I get to be last.
You are so special, Nanci.
I'd rather be first. I'll take last.
No, this is good. So we're the station's actually going to move to Main Street in Littleton, which is super exciting. It's going to be a highly visible location, lots of windows, natural lighting. It's going to be a beautiful spot, and we're all so excited to be moving there. But this is our last time here in the morgue, as I like to refer to it.
I'm looking forward to a brighter space, quite honestly.
It is a little dark and depressing here, but every time I have a guest on, they always brighten it up. So let's hope that's the case today, too.
Definitely.
So, Nanci, you and I were chatting a little bit, and I was kind of talking about how, you sent me your bio and before today, and I read it, and there was so many pieces of you in that, and so many roles and organizations that you're part of and have been a part of in the past. And I felt a little bit overwhelmed at first. How am I going to introduce this person? But I think that, the whole point of my show is to feature you as a human being. And so just knowing that you have had so many rich experiences in these roles, serving your community and showing up for people in different ways, I just have this feeling that you've got some deep wisdom in there, and I'm so excited to...
Oh, don't expect too much here.
I'm so excited to hear from you and to really understand, what was your story? How did you start out? How did you end up here? And how the heck did you end up involved in so many things at this point in your life? That's a lot of questions thrown at you.
It is. And it started with my parents.
Yeah.
My parents were super involved in our community growing up. I grew up in Salem, New Hampshire, down in southern New Hampshire. My parents were into everything and kind of instilled in us that community service was a part of life that everybody needed to do.
Oh.
So from a very, very early age, we participated in everything in town.
Wow.
I remember as a child, we did Toys for Tots and delivered the toys on Christmas Eve to the local students and the families. So it's just always been part of and I just gravitated towards non-for-profits my whole life.
Wow. So as a child, you were delivering toys to other children?
Yes.
That is super special.
Yeah.
So your perspective of Christmas probably was different.
It was, because I learned early on, not that we were wealthy by any means, but that we had more than a lot of people do in life. And to learn that and to know that you can make a difference and help your neighbors all the time somehow.
Yeah. So that was modeled to you by your parents.
Yes.
What were their primary roles in the corporate world, I guess?
My dad started out as a newspaper reporter.
Oh, sweet.
Yes, I used to chase him around on his... every Saturday he would take me to work with him on his beat, and it was a lot of fun. And then he ended up working in community relations for Raytheon for many years. My mom was a teacher.
Okay.
And then became the director of adult education in Salem. So she ran the school for disabled students, GED, and again, she had all those kids in there volunteering. I ended up teaching special ed for her for a while.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so really people-centered roles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did you have siblings?
I do. I have 3 brothers.
Oh, I'm the only girl.
I'm the oldest, yes. I have 3 younger brothers.
Okay. What was that like being the oldest and the only girl?
Well, it was all I knew, so it didn't seem abnormal
Yeah.
to me. And my oldest brother is exactly a year younger than I am.
Okay.
And then 2 years, and then 2 years. So there were 4 of us in 5 years. So we were all very close, which was nice. And we still are.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So you were in Salem. You spent a lot of time watching your parents, and they were modeling community service to you. At what point did you step into your own sense of self, let's say?
Oh, well, probably junior high and high school.
Yeah.
And my kids are mortified. I'll tell the story.
Oh, good.
They were looking at my yearbook. And remember, it was very different times. I'm a lot older than you are. And in my yearbook, I was the state youth president for the Youth Association for Retarded Citizens. And my kids were going through my yearbook, and they're like, Mom, that is so politically incorrect. That's mortifying.
Yes.
And I'm like, but that's what the group was called in those days.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So that's how I got started with my not-for-profits. I was very involved with the Laconia State School.
Okay.
And getting all those people released and acclimated back into the communities and community projects for them.
What did you learn from that? What do you remember being the biggest?
Oh, my gosh. Well, Laconia was a disaster. I don't know if you ever saw the place. It was a warehouse. It was disgusting and horrible.
Okay.
But then they just opened the doors and turned all the residents out back into the communities with no services. So it was a very, very difficult, probably 10, 12 years. I mean, there are documentaries on it. There are, yes, yeah. So what do you remember about that time? How were you impacted? My biggest memory is, well, we had a lot of people came back to Salem, but there were 3 brothers who had been committed as children to the school.
Okay.
And they came back and they had no services. So trying to find them services and create places for them to live, things for them to do.
Yeah.
It was just incredible that that people had just been warehoused, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what did that look like? Were you like making phone calls and trying to find resources and people that would say yes to you?
We actually we built a center in Salem.
You did?
The Debbie Voter Center, yes.
Okay.
It was a day workshop for people to learn skills and then go out into the community. My mom had a program for them in her school.
Very cool.
To try to get some of them some basic educational skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So from junior high and high school you were doing work like that?
Yeah.
That's a little uncommon, I would think. Did you have friends that were doing that with you?
We did. We had friends. It was a whole statewide network.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you still friends with those people?
We are.
Yeah.
A lot of us, and we talk about all the memories. And unfortunately, most of the residents of Laconia, they were older, have passed on. But I had one girl who's I was her big sister, and we stayed close until she passed away a few years ago, Michelle. She was wonderful. Yeah.
That's really special, and I'm sure it was an incredibly bonding experience to be part of that.
Yeah.
So cool. So what was next for you after that?
College.
Yeah.
I decided I wanted to leave New England. I went to New Jersey.
Oh, wow. You really ventured.
Yes. Well, coming from New Hampshire, I thought I wanted to go to New York City. Again, remember, it was the 70s. It was kind of a crazy time. I had an interview at Columbia, and my parents couldn't go with me for some reason. A friend went with me, and I'm like, this is where I'm going to school. This is where I'm going to go. And a streaker came out and ran around us naked on the... I'm like, oh, I'm not ready for New York City.
Oh, okay. So, good.
So I went to a little school outside of New York, a little Drew University.
Okay.
It's in Madison, New Jersey, 20 miles outside New York City. But the train came right to campus and took us into the city. So
very cool.
I had the best of both worlds.
Yeah. So that streaker really changed the course of your life.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank goodness. So what was your major in school?
Political science and communications.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit more about political science? Because I'm not very well versed in it. So
everybody should be versed in political science, especially in this political...
Let's verse everybody right now.
Yes. Well, Drew specializes in political science and international relations, so I had a incredible experience. I spent one semester in Washington, D.C., interning for a congresswoman, which was absolutely fascinating. My then boyfriend, husband-to-be, did an internship for Senator Ted Kennedy. So we spent a lot of time in that office.
Did you meet him in D.C.?
Oh, we met him a number of times. As a matter of fact, my husband went on to work the 1980 presidential campaign with Ted.
He did?
So we traveled with both Ted and young Teddy at the time. Okay. Young Teddy was about our age. So
okay.
It was great. So, yeah, we had some really good experiences.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then on the international side, I did a semester at the United Nations in New York.
Okay.
Which was absolutely wonderful. I spent 2 days a week in the city at the UN. Just an absolutely amazing experience.
What did you do there?
I specialized in baby formula issues.
That's very specific.
It was very specific. It was a huge problem at the time. Nestle, we boycotted Nestle because they started giving formula to new mothers in Africa.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a great idea. Yeah. But once the free formula was used up and the mother couldn't nurse anymore, there was no food and no money for the food. So it was a very, very big problem in Africa in the early 80s.
So what was the solution to that?
That they could no longer give free formula to new mothers.
Was there something different that was provided that would set them up for better success?
Promoting breastfeeding.
Oh.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
All right. So you boycotted Nestle.
Yes. We had campus boycotts, and that's what I did my international relations internship on was.
That's a pretty big deal, I think.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a great idea, right? Oh, Nestle's giving free formula.
Right.
But when you think about it, that's not a good thing to do.
Interesting. I wonder if you see patterns popping up current day that remind you of things that have happened in history already.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Yeah. We don't need to talk about those right now, but it just, history repeats itself.
Exactly.
And it may, have a different name and different companies, but there's a lot of stuff that keeps happening.
Right. And everybody has to be alert.
Yeah. So you met your husband.
Yes.
In D.C.
No, in New Jersey.
At school.
At school.
Okay. What was that meeting like?
It was kind of funky. Yes. Again, remember the time we had what the guys called the pig book.
The pig book?
The pig book.
Okay, you need to explain this.
Everybody got like an album of all the incoming freshmen.
Okay.
And the guys called it the pig book. So supposedly what happened is my husband and his friends were circling all the women they wanted to meet. And he and his roommate both circled me. So my husband said that he'd get the first date. So our second night of school, I was in line in the cafeteria with all my friends, like five friends I just met the day before, and we were standing there talking, and this tall blonde guy comes running by, scoops me up, and says, I'm the man you're going to marry, and ran off. So I'm like, what the heck was that all about? And then I saw him the next day in a class, and that night we had a movie. It was a political science class, and we were watching it. So we mixed up a batch of Manhattans, and I had my roommate bring him a Manhattan on a tray and say, this is from the woman you're going to marry. And from then on, we were just together.
So he predicted it.
Yes.
He, put it out there and manifested what he wanted.
Yep.
Wow. And you were just like, yes.
Well, I was like, I wasn't even interested in the beginning, but I'm like, this is kind of fun to just play along with. So, and then we just had a lot of interest the same, and so. Yeah,
because he was in political science as well.
He was political science and economics major. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys were together, and when did you get married?
We got married. We graduated from college in May of '81 and got married in July of '81.
July.
Yeah. July 4th.
Nice. And where did you take up residence after that?
I went back to Salem, Mike was from Philadelphia, but he loved New Hampshire, so we decided to move to New Hampshire. I got a job as a lobbyist in Boston, and he got a job in high tech in Boston. So,
nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, lobbyist.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about that?
Sure.
What was that job like?
It was really interesting.
Yeah.
We were in a penthouse apartment in downtown Boston doing the research. It was a big firm at the time. There were about 5 of us on staff. We each were signed hundreds of bills. Had to do the research on the bills and tell the clients, how we could get them passed for them.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty fun.
Did you ever feel like you had things come across your plate that didn't align for you?
No, the firm was really good. We would meet and say, who feels like they want to handle this? So
okay.
I was never forced to handle something
good.
I didn't want to handle.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because I could imagine that being really tricky.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you always worked on things that you felt passionate about?
Exactly. I don't think I could have worked on something I wasn't passionate about.
Yeah, I don't think I could either.
Yeah.
So what projects stick out to you that you remember?
We did a lot with eye doctors.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. We represented a lot of eye doctors, so that was kind of cool. Yeah.
What types of bills needed to be passed for eye doctors?
Oh, there's all kinds of laws on what an optometrist can do versus an ophthalmologist. It was pretty intense.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a world that I know nothing about.
Yeah, there's lots of different things going on out there.
So you've done work with formula and eye doctors.
Yes. Yeah.
What other random things have you touched?
Well, from the lobbying firm, I went to work for the American Meteorological Society.
Wow.
And I edited meteorological magazines for 2 years.
Okay.
That I did not get passionate about. I could not.
I don't even know what question to ask you about that. Like, I don't look at those magazines.
Most people don't.
Okay.
We did a lot of work with the meteorologists in Boston. Yes.
Interesting. So you've done a lot of really random and interesting things.
Yeah, I think you do when you're young and you kind of trying to find your bearings.
Yeah. And what do you think, at what point in your life do you remember feeling a strong calling? Like figuring out really what your mission was?
I think I'm still trying to.
You are?
Well, I always knew, my biggest calling was to make a difference in people's lives.
Yeah.
And that came about when my husband got sick. I tell people, I thought I was living the perfect life. I had married my college sweetheart. We had 3 beautiful children, a quintessential 4-bedroom colonial in the suburbs, 2 labs, blah, blah, blah. Everything was going along swimmingly. And then Mike got sick. Mike got cancer. And they gave us 6 months, and he lived 6 months to the day he was diagnosed.
Oh, my goodness.
So suddenly I went from having this perfect life to now what? What do I do? I was selling real estate part-time because Mike had the big career at that point, but that wasn't going to sustain 3 children.
Right.
So I had to make some big changes. And I kind of fell into the Cancer Society because I was angry.
Yeah.
So I've been with the Cancer Society as an advocate and lobbyist for 22 years now. 24 years, yeah.
So how old were you when Mike died?
We were 38.
He was 38 too?
Yeah.
And how old were your children?
8, 10, and 12. Yeah.
What kind of support did you have around you at that time?
Amazing support. All our friends rallied. They were wonderful because Mike, pretty much as soon as he was diagnosed, it went straight downhill. We went to a few hospitals and tried a couple of things, but nothing worked. So essentially we lived those 6 months in Boston at hospitals in Boston. And I had 3 young children, so my friends just kind of moved into the house, and family friends. It was an amazing show of support and really made me feel for a bad situation, very well taken care of. Yeah. And I still, a lot of his friends to this day are good friends, take care of my kids. And, so.
What do you remember about the grieving process from the moment you learned he was going to die and then the next several years?
I think the grieving process is something that's very different for everyone. One of our best friends had lost his wife to breast cancer the year before, and we had some very deep conversations on how he grieved, and he couldn't get out of bed every morning. Mm-hmm. He ended up leaving his job, and he just wanted to sleep and stay home. I had 3 kids.
Yeah.
I could not do that. I had to get out of bed. I tell people, they're like, you always seemed upbeat. I cried in the shower. That was my time. That I would just fall apart in the morning in the shower and then put it all back together and go face the world.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. That's what I had to do.
So a lot of crying in the shower.
Yes. Yep. I gave myself 10 minutes in the morning.
Yeah.
Get it over with.
Gave yourself permission.
Yeah. Yep.
Were there any specific outlets that you found afterwards that really helped you? Like,
I was too busy with the kids to really.
Okay.
I got them counseling. I didn't have time to get me counseling, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep things on an even keel for the children was my biggest goal, and they've all done great, knock on wood. So
yeah. Yep.
And you just take one day at a time, And everybody says you get through the first year. The second year, I think, hit me harder because the first year you're just trying to get through all the firsts.
Yep. And
then the second year, you're like, whoa, this is the rest of my life now. Yeah.
So how long has it been now?
Mike died in 1998.
Okay. So,
26 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still find yourself grieving now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge loss, you know, and when, you think of all that you had, but all that could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the little moments, I mean, when my daughter got married, one day she just broke down and said, I don't have a father, walk me down the aisle.
Yeah.
Little things like that. That aren't little things, really, just how much he missed.
Yeah.
So, I always think of that. The grandchildren, I have 3 beautiful grandchildren now.
Yeah. How old are they?
5, 3, and Nomi will be 1 on Friday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So what's it like being a grandmother?
It's a whole new chapter in life.
Yeah.
It's great. It really is. It's much easier than being a parent because you get to spoil them, give them all the sugar you want, and then send them home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
That's good.
I don't get to see a lot of them. They live all over the country, but I'll be going to Charleston next week. It's my birthday next week.
Okay.
My daughter just bought a new house in Charleston, so.
Charleston,
South Carolina.
Okay, that is a beautiful town.
It is a beautiful town.
Oh my goodness, it's so picturesque.
Yes.
There's a lot of shopping there too.
A lot of shopping, a lot of art.
Are you a shopper?
I'm not a shopper.
Okay.
I'm an eater.
You're an eater.
Yes. I love the restaurants. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, what restaurants do you like up here in the North Country?
Oh, geez, there are a lot actually. I love Reckless.
Okay.
It's probably my favorite. Over in North Conway, I love the Inn at Thornhill.
Okay, I haven't been to that one.
I like the country inns. I like the older places. I like character.
Yes.
So
cool. So I want to talk about kind of current day. Nanci, you are a board member on the Chamber of Commerce here in Littleton.
Yes.
I forget the exact title for Granite United Way. What's that?
North Country Regional Engagement Director.
It's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful.
Do you have an abbreviation for that?
No.
So you have that. You're still involved in real estate?
Yes, I still have my real estate license. I do real estate part-time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of got a lot going on.
Yeah, and the Cancer Society.
Yes. So which thing takes up most of your focus?
Oh, Granite United Way right now.
Yeah.
That's the paid gig, so that's...
Yeah.
But I do a lot with the Cancer Society, both on the state level and the national level. I was just in D.C. recently lobbying for some bills. We have a big bill coming up here in New Hampshire on biomarker testing.
Okay.
22 states have legal pay for biomarker testing. Make sure that your insurance does. New Hampshire does not. I am a cancer survivor.
You are?
I am myself. And biomarker testing changed the trajectory of my treatment completely. Only for me to be told that I owed $8,000 for the test because New Hampshire does not mandate that it's paid for. So that's our biggest bill right now in the Cancer Society in New Hampshire. We're trying to legalize that biomarker testing has to be covered by insurance.
Wow. So it is personal for you.
Yes. Because I truly believe that how much you make or where you live should not mandate what your treatment is. And the fact that they have this test that can stop you from having, it was going to be another major surgery. And this test said that I didn't need the surgery.
Okay.
But
you paid as if you were getting surgery.
Yes. And my doctor said, he said, you won't believe how many people turn away this test because I just can't afford it.
Oh, my
And that's
goodness.
just not right.
It's not right.
No.
So then people end up getting surgery that don't need it.
Exactly.
That's such a twisted system.
Exactly.
When were you diagnosed, or when did you get that test done?
I'm just coming up on 5 years as a survivor.
And what type was it?
Melanoma. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is the most deadly skin cancer.
What was that like to get that information?
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear those 3 words. Because of my work with the Cancer Society, I had been pretty zealous about things, but I found a mole under my arm that had not been there.
Okay.
And it was changing almost by the day. So if my message today to everybody is respond when you see something in your body that you don't think should be there.
Yeah.
My doctor removed it the day he saw it.
Okay.
Called me 4 nights later on a Friday night at 7 o'clock. So when your doctor calls Friday night, it's you know. And he said it was cancerous. And I'm Irish. I have Irish skin. My father
Irish.
had basal cell cancer runs in my family, so I really suspected basal cell.
Okay.
And then the doctor said, do you know what melanoma is? He said, yeah.
Yep.
So he said, we're going to have to schedule some more surgery very quickly. And yes, but everything is great now. So, and I'm coming up on 5 years, which is a big anniversary. So
That's awesome. I'm so glad for you.
But listen to your body.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I can't help but feel like it was like you're part of this cancer association, right?
Yes.
And you're a lobbyist anyways. And to actually have it touch you personally kind of feels a little bit eerily like it was supposed to happen.
Well, I got involved with the Cancer Society because my husband got cancer and, fought for him for years. And then when this biomarker business came up, it just made me all the more passionate to...
Did you find that, or did someone approach you with it?
The biomarker?
Yeah, the whole issue to lobby.
Oh, actually, my daughter.
She found it?
When my husband had passed, she said she wanted to do something for her dad in memory. So we did Relay for Life. I don't know if you're familiar with Relay for Life. It's an American Cancer Society event. It's all over the country. You walk for 24 hours in memory of someone you know that has had cancer or is fighting cancer. So we started a team for Mike. And the only one in New Hampshire at that time was in Portsmouth. And I said, why doesn't Salem have one? And they're like, well, you could start one in Salem. So we did. And then they approached me and said, we have this advocacy arm of the Cancer Society. We need representatives from New Hampshire. Would you be interested? Mm-hmm. And the rest is history.
That's cool. So we were talking about Granite United Way.
Yes.
And how that takes up much of your focus. Can you tell me in a nutshell what it is that Granite United Way does?
Oh, geez. How much time do we have left?
Lots.
It's funny. That's a great question because everyone you talk to has heard of the United Way.
Yeah.
But when you say, what do you do?
Yeah.
Everybody gets kind of this blank look.
Yes.
Okay. So, we do a ton of things. What we're probably most known for is doing grant making to other organizations.
Okay.
We have our bread and butter has always been our employee campaigns or our donors. We like to make it that anybody can be philanthropic. So we go into a company, we run a campaign. If somebody gives 50 cents a week, that's great. If everybody could give 50 cents a week, we could pay all the grants that we need to do, but they don't. So we do employee campaigns, we do grants. So several times a year, we sit down. I have an all-volunteer board, local people sit on it, and they review all the applications and decide who gets the funding in the area. The thing that's unique about United Way is if you give me $1, the dollar stays in your zip code area.
Okay.
Okay. It doesn't go off to research somewhere in the middle of the country, which is also wonderful. But our model is that we need the money locally to make local things happen. So we do that. We also run a ton of initiatives. I don't know if you're familiar with the 211 hotline.
Yes.
211 is a Granite United Way initiative.
Okay.
It's a 24-hour, 365-day a week. You dial 211, and they tell you where you can go for help and assistance. We do that. We do free taxes. Our tax program's coming up. Anybody, and this is most people in the North Country, anybody that makes $65,000 or less a year, we can do your taxes for free for you. Yes, it's a great program.
Like personal and business?
We don't do business. We only do personal.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, what other kinds of things do we do? I mean, we just do so much. We're community collaborators.
Yeah.
I run a monthly group called Working Better Together, which is not-for-profits. We started off, the first meeting we had 4 people show up.
Is this the Zoom thing?
This is my Zoom meeting on the last Tuesday of the month.
Okay.
And we moved to Zoom because it grew so big. So we went from 4 members at the first meeting, me saying this is never going to take off, to now I have over 350 people on the email list.
Wow.
Yes. And we have a monthly speaker comes in from a not-for-profit, talks about their agency for 15 to 20 minutes. Then the others all get to ask questions. And then everybody else on the call, we do the 60-second sell. They get 60 seconds to tell us what's happening in their organization that month. And it's just a phenomenal way for people. You said there's so many not-for-profits. It's a great way to learn and to connect with what's happening in the North Country.
Yeah, you and I were talking off air beforehand about how many organizations. I was saying, like, there's so many organizations that I haven't heard of yet because you were mentioning some. And then I was like, there's so many nonprofits, and you said how many are in the state?
13,000 registered 501c3s.
13,000. And you commented that that's the highest rate compared to the population?
Yes, yeah. Well, like you said, when are they going to stop it? There is no stopping. If you meet the criteria, you can be a 501c3 in New Hampshire.
And it's not that I don't like nonprofits. My comment was more of like, there's so many in the North Country. I'm like, our resources are limited, our people are limited. So, like, at some point, you're grabbing from the same pool for everything.
Exactly, and that's why we put Working Better together originally, because there were so many people. Like, so many people come to me at least once a week. Somebody calls me and says, I want to start a food pantry. And I'm like, that's wonderful, but we have some excellent food pantries in this area. Let's connect and see how we can help rather than trying to have the same resources. Yes, exactly.
Because it becomes competition, even if people don't mean for it to
But on the other hand, 2 years ago, we started this committee to build a homeless shelter because there are none in the North Country. And the team that came together to do that has just been incredible. And as you know, we just opened the Littleton Winter Shelter for the 2nd consecutive year.
Yeah.
So people can make things happen in the North Country.
Yeah, that's cool. So all of these initiatives and opportunities that you've had, specifically in the North Country, I'm curious, what is the common thread that you see that keeps showing up?
People wanting to make a difference, make it a better place to live. Definitely. Yeah. As you know, people joke, north of Concord, we kind of get ignored, but up here, people have learned to work together and make things happen. And
and that's your experience here.
I know that if we have need, be it something, I have some great donors, and I'll get a call from a food pantry that my freezer just broke. What do I do? I can put it out there, and we'll get a freezer within 24 hours, always.
Love it.
We recently had a gentleman, a disabled gentleman, had to move from his apartment very quickly, had no resources. I got a company donated a truck and a bunch of volunteers, and we've got him moved.
That's amazing.
It's just, and it seems like little things, but it makes a difference in somebody's life.
Yes.
And I just know if I pick up that phone and make that call up here, it's going to happen, and it does.
So you get to witness miracles daily.
Sometimes, it doesn't happen. Friday night, I got a call from a homeless person with a dog who wanted to go to the shelter. And unfortunately, we can't take pets.
Okay.
And he wouldn't leave his dog, so you can only do so much.
Yeah.
My heart was broken, and it was freezing. But
Do we need a shelter for the dogs?
We do. In Conway, the Conway Humane Society will take a dog overnight for somebody.
They will?
Yeah.
Okay.
But up here, we don't have one yet.
Yet.
We've had some conversations, but we have to have a shelter first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. So you experience these stories regularly?
Oh, daily basis.
Who's writing these down? Who's capturing these moments?
I do some of them.
You do?
Yeah. Because some days it's hard. Like a home feeling that I've let down a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like the gentleman with his dog we couldn't put somewhere. Yeah. But then it's like, but look how many other people we were able to help.
Yeah, you need those stories on days when you're feeling down, you know?
Yeah.
You have to remember.
Yeah.
But I bet there are amazing stories that would help people feel like their donations matter, like their contributions, whatever
completely.
They are.
Yes, yeah.
So is there a part of your work that is communicating those stories to...
We try.
Yeah.
We try hard.
Yeah.
But again, we get, what does United Way do?
Yeah.
So.
Do you guys have a newsletter or something?
We do. We have an email letter. Yes.
Is it like a monthly or a weekly?
It's monthly.
Okay.
Yep.
I would be interested in that.
We'll get you on that
I
list.
want to see the stories because that's really what connects everybody together.
It is.
And telling stories.
There are a lot of angels out there in the community.
Yeah.
So,
that's cool.
A lot of our donors want to stay anonymous, which is great with us. That's fine. But I know when I get that call that, there's an oven needed or a stove needed, we can do it.
Yeah, and there's a way to share those stories without revealing, people that want to stay anonymous, right?
Right.
But it also is a very small town, so I'm sure that certain details of stories might reveal things in a way that maybe weren't meant to be.
No, and there are donors who don't mind, sharing. I mean, when we started Littleton Winter Shelter Executive Board last year, we were like, where are we going to get some money? And I said, I have an idea. And I reached out to a donor who donated $50,000
Whoa.
seed money for the shelter. Yeah.
What's that conversation like when you call somebody and they say, yeah, sure, I'll give you $50,000?
It was a donor that I've worked with for many, many years and have an excellent relationship with and are very, very community-oriented and have always said, if there's a need, please let us know.
Nice.
So I thought this was a really important need. We made the presentation and they said yes.
I think there's probably a skill involved in that presentation part.
We have to have trust. That's the big thing, that it's going to work. Yeah. And faith.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So in gaining people's trust, what do you think is the most important aspect?
That you have a passion, that you have a need that needs to be fulfilled, that you believe in, that we can make a difference. Mm-hmm. And I think if it's genuine, people do it.
Yeah. I think they could probably sense when something's real or not.
Exactly.
That's good. Yeah, that's super important.
It is.
So, Granite United Way. I'm going to get on the newsletter.
Put you right on there.
Okay. The Chamber.
Yes.
Let's talk about your role in the Littleton Area Chamber of Commerce.
Sure. I serve on the board. I've been on the board probably 4 or 5 years now. We're a work in progress. We're growing. We have a new executive director, Angel Larkham, who has just been a dynamo. We're building the board. We're having some really good events. Our golf tournament is huge. The art show is huge. Economic development sells out every year. So there's need out there. and that's a whole different thing. I'm used to helping not-for-profits. The chamber, we help businesses.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's good. I'm glad that you have a balance between the two.
It is, and they cross over quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
So I think we totally skipped over the part. I like to tell listeners how I met my guest. Do you remember how we met, Nancy?
Didn't we meet at a chamber event?
Did we meet at a chamber event?
I thought.
Yes, we did. It was at the tannery.
You were just starting your business.
Yeah, it was business after hours.
Yes. Oh.
And I saw your name tag, and I said, Nanci Carney. And you're like, do I know you?
You said, I need to connect with you or something.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember.
Do you know why I was so confident that in that moment?
No.
Mike Claflin had told me that you were somebody to know.
Okay.
Yes. I had met with Mike.
Love
yes,
Mike.
Mike is great.
I sit in Mike's old desk and seat, so yes.
Yeah, so Mike and I had connected early last year and had coffee a couple times. And I was like, Mike, how do I get connected in the community?
And he's a great connector.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
For sure. I know that he was put in my path for a reason. So he gave me, I think I even had your name written down on my phone. So I had your name, I had a couple other people's names, and I was just I hadn't reached out, but I was just when I meet these people, I will know who they are. And I saw your name tag, and I was like, Nanci Carney, you're my phone.
Well, people laugh. I wear my name tag everywhere.
You do?
Everywhere. Yes. Well, because it's important for people to know.
Yeah.
And to make a connection.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do you remember that event? Sally Siren was there. Do you know Sally Siren?
I don't.
She worked at the senior.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
You know who she is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She shared a story about somebody had Googled her, and someone totally different named Sally Siren popped up. Do you remember that story?
I do remember that story. Yes.
It was
a very different Sally Siren.
A very, very different one.
I do remember that story now. Yes. Yeah, she was pretty mortified. Yes.
No, but she made such a fun story out of it, and I just remember that being a very special night. Yeah.
The Chamber After Hours are great. I wish more people would go to them. They're a great networking opportunity. They're free. So encourage your viewers or your listeners to come on down. So
with Chamber After Hours, I know one of the things that, for me as a business that's fully remote and doesn't have a brick and mortar, I was like, what's available for people who want to host? Because you have businesses that are part of the chamber host these events.
Yes.
So what's available?
And that's a great question. And most of our businesses are small businesses.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I'm fortunate we belong to a lot of chambers throughout the state. And I've served on other boards, so I've got some input on this, and we're trying to do this. What's stopping somebody from yourself and other small businesses from getting together and doing one together? I believe the one at Tannery was done by 3 or 4 businesses. So there's nothing to stop, home businesses even, from getting together and getting a spot.
Well, that's an interesting thought.
Yes.
Why don't we think like that?
We should think like that. And that's one of the things we need to do, yes, because small businesses are as important, if not even more important, to our economy than some of the big companies.
Well, they're connectors, just like the other organizations. Exactly. And they provide services, So get some of your smaller businesses together, and we'd be happy to help you find a spot and do a chamber business after hours. I like how you put that back on me. Very nice, Nancy. We'll help you, but you got to help yourself. Okay, so we've talked a lot about what you do, and we have talked a little bit about what has made you who you are at this point. With New Year's having already come last week, I'm curious if you're into setting intentions for your future, or if you're opposed to it, or how you handle the shifting of time.
Well, there's certainly a new energy with the new year, but I know I don't make a whole list of, resolutions, because I know that those kind of just go out the window.
Yeah.
But just, to keep plugging along and having a better year than the last year. And
how do you do that?
How do I do that? Oh, gosh. Well, had our meeting this morning on how much money we have to raise this year and how many people we have to touch and how many new people.
Yeah.
So, it's just a work in progress always, one day at a time.
What is it that keeps you grounded every day?
That there's a lot of need out there, and that if I can continue to help make somebody's life better, then we can continue to do it.
Yeah, it's truly your calling.
Yeah.
Love it. What do you do for fun?
Oh, I do a lot of stuff for fun. Well, I live in the North Country, so I love the outside. I ski in the winter and snowshoe and hike and golf and kayak in the summer. I live on a little lake. And, I do a lot of reading. I'm a big reader.
You are? What types of books do you read?
Historical fiction is my favorite.
Okay.
Absolutely love that. But I'm in a couple of book clubs, so I read, a little bit of everything.
You're in a few book clubs?
Yeah, it keeps me busy.
Multiple book clubs?
Yes.
Are they different somehow?
Yes. Like my library one, we do fiction one month and nonfiction the next. So it makes you read things that you wouldn't read, kind of some self-help stuff.
I like self-help stuff. Yeah. That's what I gravitate towards.
Yeah, so you can always stay on top of that. So.
Yeah. Have you ever read The Alchemist?
Yes.
That is my favorite book ever.
Yeah, it's been a long time, though.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I listened to it on audio quite a bit.
Yeah. To go back and do that. I've been going back and doing some of the classics. I did Wuthering Heights last week.
You did?
I did.
Isn't that like a really long book?
It's really long and really dark.
Yeah.
And I hadn't done it since college. And now I realize why, because it's long and dark. Yeah. It didn't get any brighter.
No. What do you think would be one of your favorite books that you love coming back to?
Oh, gosh. My favorite is probably To Kill a Mockingbird.
Really? That is a good story.
Love that, yes.
A lot of pain in that one, though, too.
But a lot of life lessons.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. So. Did you read that when you were in school?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. I've read it several times. Read it with my kids when they read it in high school again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. One question I like to ask my guests is, being here in the North Country, what would you say is one of the scariest moments that you've had up here?
Me? I've hit several deer.
Have you?
Yes. And it's always tragic and horrible. Yes. And that's my biggest fear now, believe it or not, is
hitting deer.
Driving. Well, I live in Conway. I cover I cover the whole North Country so I'm always in one of the notches where, there's just so much wildlife. And I haven't hit a moose yet. One of my coworkers has hit 4 moose. So
4?
Yes, yeah.
And they're still alive.
Yes, I know, luckily, because that's pretty traumatic.
Yeah.
My last year, I did $8,000 worth of damage to my car. So, it was pretty bad.
And it didn't total it?
It should have.
It should have.
The car has never been the same and will never be the same.
Oh, man.
Yeah. 10-year-old car, and they put $8,000 worth of work into it.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Went through the radiator, folded up the hood, came through the windshield. I mean, it was pretty scary. So I think that's my biggest fear up here in the North Country is
hitting. Yeah. So you drive from Conway to Littleton every day?
Not every day, because I cover the whole area. But this is like a good spot for my office. So my physical office is here. But I can be, in Conway. I can be in Berlin. I can be, so I'm all over.
You are all over.
And it's beautiful country. And the drive, 99% of the time, is wonderful. This winter's been a little hairy because it's snowed almost every day. And there's been deer everywhere. So...
Yeah. Did you hit one recently?
I did, a couple weeks ago.
Was that the $8,000 worth of damage?
No, that was the one before.
Okay.
I know, I posted on Facebook, and one of my cousins said, is this like your 11th or 12th deer? It hasn't been that many, but...
I mean, 4 at this point, like, you hit it and you just think, what?
Oh, it's always awful. And it always happens somewhere where there's no cell coverage. So it's always me and a dead deer on the road.
Oh.
I don't mean to laugh because it's...
What do you do?
Cry. No.
Yeah.
No, usually I just sit there and wait for somebody to come and help. This last one, a truck driver came and said, there's no cell reception, there's nothing we can do. And he and I dragged the deer off the road.
Oh, my word, Nancy.
Yeah.
Where was that?
That was in Eaton.
Okay.
Yeah.
No cell coverage. You need one of those Garmin GPS things like for hiking. I have one of those.
Do they work anywhere?
Yes. But then you'd have like a search and rescue call.
Right.
So I'm not sure if that would really be appropriate.
Because a few years ago, friends and I found a hiker down in the woods on the Kank. And there's no reception on the Kank. Unfortunately, the gentleman passed away. So we had to make the decision. Some of us stayed with him and his wife. And I went and drove back down the Kank to the trail to the ranger station and got help. But we felt very hopeless and helpless because there was nothing,
So was he already passed when you found him?
Yeah, we tried CPR, but he'd had a coronary event.
Yeah, that's pretty traumatic.
It is traumatic, and it was very hard. And I had friends from New York and New Jersey, and they're like, "What do you mean our phones don't work? This is ridiculous."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "It's just a fact of life up here."
It is,
unfortunately.
Yeah. So I have it's an InReach is what it's called. It's real little, and you can clip it on your bag, and there's a little SOS button.
Huh.
And you pay a monthly. I think I pay $12 a month,
and it does work. Have you ever tried it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're very popular now with hikers in the White Mountains.
Where you don't have any coverage, yeah.
And it has been incredibly helpful for Fish and Game to locate people immediately.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So, but they have like satellite phones. Maybe you should get a satellite phone.
Well, I tried that when I hit this deer 2 weeks ago on my phone. It said SOS call only or whatever, and I hit it and nothing happened.
Nothing happened?
No.
We got to figure something out, or you got to stop hitting deer.
Exactly. Yes, I think that's the best option.
That's the better option. Yeah, that's tough, though.
Statistically, I'm hoping I've reached my limit.
Did you look at the statistics?
No. I don't think I want to know.
Yeah, I don't know them either, but I have hit a deer once. And I cried, too.
Yeah, well, it's horrible.
It's very sad.
Yes. Yeah. You don't want to take something's life like that.
Yeah, and they're so pretty.
They are, the eyes. Oh, I know.
Oh, my gosh. You looked in its eyes? I wouldn't look in its eyes.
I was apologizing.
That's what I was just going to ask. Like, were you saying sorry? Because I would.
That's exactly what I was. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did this.
Yeah.
Get up.
Yeah. Do you have pets?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I'm down to just one dog.
You have a dog?
I usually have several, but I'm down to just one. Yes.
And what's your dog's name?
Story.
Story?
Story.
That's a cool name.
She's a rescue, and she came with that name. They said because she had a story to tell, so I just kept it a story. She's a little crazy. She's a pit bull mix.
Okay.
She's a lot of fun and great company.
Yeah. Do you take her out on adventures?
I do. She comes. We just went to D.C. to see my son for Christmas. She drove with me to D.C.
She did?
She did. Yeah.
How's she do in the car?
She does great in the car. She was not so sure about the city because there's a lot more going on in the city than there is around our house. So
yeah.
She did a lot of barking and a lot of looking out the window.
Yep.
Yeah. She's good.
Good. Yeah, animals are great.
Oh, yeah. I can't imagine not having one.
Have you always had them?
Always. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a menagerie when the kids were growing up. A little bit of everything.
Like different animals?
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
The strangest was probably, we had an iguana named Iggy, who my son adopted when he was about 6 inches long, and he got to be about 3.5 feet long.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What did you do with an iguana? Did you let him, like, roam around the house?
He roamed around the house, and my son and his friend built, like, a whole wall in the bedroom, a glass cage.
Yeah.
With trees and everything. Because he was a big iguana. So, he was a character.
Yeah. Well, I asked you what your scariest thing was, and you told me.
My dear.
Yeah. What would you say is your absolute favorite memory of, or favorite experience of being here in the North Country?
Oh, there's so many of them. I don't know if I have a favorite. Probably seeing something like the latest was at the Littleton Winter Shelter. Seeing a group come together and say, there's a need, we can make it happen. That just is very encouraging, that in this day and age where there are a lot of not good things happening, that there are some incredible things happening and incredible people out there that are willing to give their time and talent. And that just kind of still blows me away.
I'm sure it does. Yeah. I'm sure it just humbles you.
Yeah.
That's so good. I'm curious if there was any type of like celebratory event for that.
We recently had, just before we reopened for the year, we had a big donor appreciation event, which was nice. Yes, okay. Yeah, over at the Methodist Church. They've been wonderful. They give the space for the shelter. They let us use the church to have an event where we thanked our donors and had some of our residents come and talk about what the shelter meant to them last year.
Nice.
And being, because there's still a stigma to homelessness, unfortunately. But when you meet some of these people, you would never know. They're just like you and me. They've just had something happen in their life that's changed their trajectory, and and there's some really good success stories out there too. So.
Oh, we need to hear more of those.
We had one gentleman who was with us almost every night at the shelter last year, but he was working at a local store, saved up, and at the end of the year was able to rent an apartment. He had saved enough to get himself going.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. So those are the stories that keep us going.
Yeah. Where do those get shared?
At events like that.
Yeah. Man, I'm missing out.
You've got to come to some more of these events.
Got to come to those events, but get those written down too.
Yes. Yeah.
It'd be really great to have like a story like that in the Littleton Courier.
They've published some.
They have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty good about that. Yeah.
Because that kind of boosts, community morale.
Right.
Knowing that things like that are happening.
Yes. And that, people can beat the odds.
I don't know if you're on Facebook very often.
I am, actually.
Okay.
That's how I keep track of my kids.
Oh, all right. Well,
that and Instagram.
Yeah. So Facebook, we got a couple minutes left. There are so many Facebook groups.
Yes.
And I'm sure you can easily tap into some community complaints by visiting Facebook groups around here.
Yes, I'm on many town pages, yes.
And I saw one the other day. I rarely engage because a lot of the conversations are very negative. And I need more positive in my life.
We all do. Yep.
So I saw this negative post, somebody just looking to complain, and I just thought, why are you putting this energy out into the universe? Why are you wanting other people to feel that? And then, the very next day, somebody posted a post of gratitude that was in opposition to that person's post. And I loved it, and I was like, thank you.
It's so much easier to be positive than negative,
Well, it turns into something. It grows. It becomes something bigger than yourself.
And just turn that energy around and make a difference.
Yeah. The negativity will suck people in, and it makes your world smaller. And that positivity and the gratitude especially, I just see as we need more of it all the time.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And anybody can do it. I'm convinced. Just
absolutely. And you can do it even when you're not happy.
Exactly. That's the best time to do it.
It's extremely difficult, but if you know the power of gratitude, then you can get there.
And it's funny you say that because there's so many easy ways to do it. I do a lot of work with the New Hampshire Food Bank. They're an incredible partner with Granite United Way, and we do a ton of work. And they do the mobile food pantries. And when we have food left over, they usually load up my car and I take it to different food pantries throughout Littleton.
Yeah.
So I was at the Little Free Pantry a couple of months ago, and we had bags of oranges. So I pull up at the little free pantry, and there were two gentlemen there on bicycles. And I must have looked like I needed food, but they said it's empty. And I said, oh, well, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to make a delivery. So they're like, oh, well, we can help you. And they helped me unload the boxes and load up. But there were these bags of oranges. And one of the gentlemen went to walk out. I said, well, you came for food. You didn't take any. He goes, oh, there are other people that eat it. And he said, but could I have an orange? I said, you can have a whole bag of oranges. And he goes, I haven't had a bag of oranges in years. So I handed him a bag, and he went off on his bike with the oranges. And he had this smile on his face. And I'm like, a bag of oranges just made that gentleman's day.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Just little things like that,
Yeah.
why we do what we do.
And it's the accumulation of those little boosts
That keep you going.
that keep, and it like you don't know what happened the rest of his day.
No.
It may have flipped something in his mind and led him to passing it on to the next person, you know? So you never see the full scope of the impact that you're having with gratitude.
Right.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that story. We are at the top of the hour.
We are. Yes. Well, that went fast.
I want to remind everyone you're listening to WZNC LP Bethlehem, North Country Community Radio, 99.9 FM, and we're streaming online at nococommunityradio.org. Thank you guys so much for being here. And Nanci, thank you for spending your hour with me.
And thanks again for having me.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure.
Guys, by listening in, you're helping keep real stories and community conversations alive. That's no small thing. And I'm so glad that you're a part of it. If you do have thoughts about today's episode or someone you think would be a great guest, I would love to hear from you. You can send me an email at amanda@clearviewadvantage.com. And if you want to catch up on past episodes or share one with a friend, you can find them anytime at clearviewadvantage.com. This has been North of Normal with Amanda McKeen. We will see you next Tuesday, live from 10 to 11 with Becky Colpitts as our guest. So excited to sit down with her. And until then, stay grounded, stay curious, and stay a little north of normal. Thanks, Nanci.
Thank you.